stream, which is... Wait, do I have myself muted on the other tab? Which is, Legacy, Death, and Taxes. And we're still playing the same list from before. I think I saw Phil doing some weird things with like a new build, but I didn't look at a deck list. I haven't really looked into it at all. We're just still going to be messing around with a pretty stock list plus a Mungara for extra spice, because I really love Mungara locking people regardless of whether or not it's good. And at least it's better than it was pre-Death Right ban. So what's the worst that could happen? It's been okay so far. I mean, either I don't draw it, or like sometimes it's really good against like Stonebladed and stuff, Maverick, the other Stoneforge Mystic decks. And there aren't too many aggressive decks to punish you for playing a literal 3-mana 1/1 with no relevant effect until you untap with it. So it's pretty neat. I don't hate it. They're probably more optimal thick cards to play instead of it, but I do kind of want to figure out if it's actually reasonable to start playing this card again, when some of the best decks are like the Mirror, and some of the best decks in the format right now are the Mirror and Miracles and stuff like that. Decks where Mungara would really shine. All these Stoneforge Mystics running around. I've also considered putting a Manriki in the board, maybe instead of the Sword of War and Peace, maybe instead of like a second Cataclysm, but maybe instead of Relic Warder or Containment Priest. But I'll hold off on that. I've only played 42 matches of the new format, and I think the meta has been like settling down more rapidly. And since I'm back to my regular streaming schedule, I only play usually twice a week. So anyway. So I think the meta might be starting to settle at least a little bit. Alright, it's a Monday stream, so whatever my first match is, I hope it is a faster one, because I always run down the clock my first match of the day, and especially on Monday streams when I haven't gotten to the rhythm of streaming for a little bit. So hopefully I don't mess this up too bad. The windows are a little bit offset. That's better. So now we wait. So looking at my dubious amount of matches. Alright, the matches started, but I think Maverick and D&T are actually like my most played against decks. Maverick, D&T, and Red Prison, it looks like, at 3. And Miracles at 2. And then like most other things at 1. Oh god, window Y. Or playing against Pakula. Is that like the actual Chris Pakula? Neat. What's up, Freak125? How's it going? We will keep his hand. His hand's pretty good. Don't know if this is actual Chris Pakula, and even if I did, I don't know what he would be playing, so whatever. His hand seems fine. We have Thalias against combo matchups, we have fair cards against fair matchups. Late night watching, nice. My stream is pretty late night, at least for me, so... Delver, huh? These double Brightlink's gonna be pretty strong against Delver. I think we just jam Thalia here. Maybe I should have played the Wasteland instead, so I don't get this Wastelanded. They probably dazed this. Yep, sure. This is not a game where we afford to play around days. The funny thing when you play on paper, you often... Yeah, exactly. Whether it's... my cat's doing stuff. Whether it's, you see your opponent like another person in the room doing something specific, or they're like a known player, like you always see Todd Stevens on like the green-white deck in Modern or whatever. Today we have Black-White D&T. No, Monday's our Legacy Day. We usually do Modern stuff on Tuesday, Wednesday, and we always do Black-White D&T on Wednesday. Tuesdays usually like mess around with like weird modern decks. So I know my opponent has a Bolt in hand. So, but we have Karakas to defend the Thalia. Or we look at the bottom card while shuffling. That's definitely against the rules. And just very, very hard to prove, but also very frowned upon. It's also really obnoxious in team tournaments because it's a lot easier to do that. So I think we just run out Brightling, holding up Karakas again. Because especially we have this other Brightling, so I don't really care if my opponent tries to like bolt it for tempo purposes. Just to, like make me pick it up for 2 mana. It's better than running out Mirror Crusader here. I can't even wasteland them. But it happens all the time. Yeah, it does happen a lot. Like in a perfect world it never happens, right? But we do not live in a perfect world. It's definitely happened to me at team tournaments and stuff. Especially Cat, you can't just jump up here. Get out of here. Opponent attempting to force this, then realizing they need to pay mana for it first. Opponent just blue-red Delver? Because they had a Volk originally. They could still be Rug, but I mean they haven't pitching a Spell Snare. Makes me feel like it's blue-red. Now we just get to jam another Brightling. Delver, sure. Get over there, Cat. So if my opponent does not have another counterspell in their hand, we should be okay here once we get Brightling deployed. Ooh. I would have 5 mana to play and equip GT here. No, my opponent has a Bolt in hand. That's really dumb. I can think about doing that in the subsequent turns. Jam the other Brightling. Hopefully my opponent does not have another Force. Otherwise we might lose at that point. Alright, we got a chance here. Just gotta play around my opponent's Lightning Bolt. Or they could just like have double Bolt and just burn me out here. Ooh, they didn't even flip the Delver. That's good for me. Oh, they're on Rug. Alright. We cracked the code. Four cards in hand, one of which is a Lightning Bolt. Opponent's flooding out pretty badly, which is very good for us. Goose? Tarmogoyf? What's the Hooting Mandrills? They're trying to pay for... Yeah, it feels like a Hooting Mandrills. The way they're paying these costs. Yep. That's an excellent draw. I was trying to figure out what I was going to do until now. Now I just need to play around this Bolt and attack with a lifelinking Brightling. We should be okay here. We just have to stay above 9. My opponent could hit me for 9 total if they flip the Delver. 6 plus a Bolt in hand. Give it lifelink. And that'll be it. Because if I pump it to a 4-2, then my opponent can bolt it. And being at 11's safe. Well, I don't know if it's safe enough. Flip off a force. My opponent has Bolt Force in hand. Can we erase this? Maybe we can't. Ooh, Flicker Wisp helps. Does it? Maybe. So I can... Yeah, it does help. Flicker Wisp definitely helps. Because I can attack for 5, lifelink the Brightling again, put them to 6, then play the Flicker Wisp, Flicker... Oh no, they can hardcast Force. Oh no, they can't. Because I have a Thalia in play. So let's see. Attack them for 5, lifelink the Brightling, play Flicker Wisp, Flicker a Delver, and then I have a flying blocker, so if they bolt it out of the way and flip the Delver, I still am at 8, so I should win that. They cannot Force Will this. They can bolt it, but then they can't bolt my face. So they need to like have another bolt on the top of their deck in order to win this. And to flip this Delver. Yep. Point the bolt at the Wisp. Ooh, not a good card for me, for them to flip on. Brainstorm is very scary. They could draw like a Tarmogoyf or a Mongoose. Put this game a little bit out of reach. Although we can probably connect with GTA if that's the case, and then we might be alive. GTA costs 5 mana, kills an Aberration, then it's still be at 2. I would need to like draw another land. Oh, Charmer goes to 2/3. Wow. Is this lethal? Flicker Wisp, Goyf, Pump Brightling? Yeah, this is lethal. Sweet. Didn't realize how small Goyf was. That was actually very, very close. The double Delver really helps race the Brightling, especially with my opponent having Bolt in hand made it so that I couldn't really aggressively pump Brightling to like a 5/1 and gain a bunch of life. I could only gain 3 at a time. It's definitely an odd match to be sure. Nice. Yeah, it's puny Tarmogoyf. If it was like... How is it a 2/3? Wasn't there a creature? Creature, instant, land, right? Did my opponent never fetch? No, my opponent definitely fetch. Oh no, they exiled with the Hooting Mandrills. They must have exiled their fetch lands or something. And they could have made it a 3/4 by cracking that fetch land that they had in play, but... I'm not even sure I want rest. My opponent has Goose and Goyf in their deck that we both saw, along with Mandrills, so that's probably fine. Mangara is way too slow, as are Recruiters. Provokers have no targets. And... the last card to cut is maybe the Prelate? Prelate can be really good if you're ahead, but also really bad if you're behind. Brightlings are great, Wisps are great. Crusader is borderline as well. It's really good at brawling with their green creatures, but it's really bad at dying to all of their 900 lightning bolts in their deck. I expect my opponent to be on like a pile of Ancient Grudges and Sulfur Elementals post-board, so I really want like all my removal. Plow, Path, Council's Judgment. I think Prelate's probably worse than Crusader is. It's probably pretty close. Perfect. No, not perfect. This hand is horrible. Oh, this hand's much better. Deal. Ooh, easy every time. Let's grab that vial to the top. I hope my opponent dazes my Aether Vial. I mean, I hope my opponent just doesn't have any dazes, so I can resolve Vial and Rip, but... I wonder what my opponent kept. That they have nothing. And that they're end-of-turn brainstorming. What was my opponent's keep here? End-of-turn brainstorm at a Rug Delver is, like, I feel like usually not correct in most combo decks in general. Or in most non-combo decks, I mean. But, I don't know, maybe they had very specific plans here, like double Delver or something, and they set it up with the brainstorm. Nothing. Just gonna grudge this vial. Do I even play this Rest in Peace? I mean, I guess. I'm not doing anything else. I could port them, but my opponent's not... I assume my opponent's sitting on, like, Sulfur Elemental or, like, Ancient Grudges and a bunch of really good hate cards. If they have, like, Destructive Revelry, I'll give them multiple targets for it instead of just being able to blow up this vial. Let's just run a Rest in Peace. They daze it. They daze it. Spell Snare. That's kind of rude. Oh, well. We still have a Vial with Brightling coming on, and multiple removal spells for a possible Sulfur Elemental or something. So they're going to blow up this Vial right now. Yep. Oh, easy. Nice not Ancient Grudge opponent. Port their Trop, because the Trop's what makes the threats. The Volk has the answers, and they have double Volk, but never didn't have it. Yeah. Grudge or Abrade what vial? Fortunately now we just have to sit there and let this take up. But my opponent has kept an odd hand as well. I think they brainstorm locked themselves on turn 1 as 2. If only I could like have punished them a little bit harder. Is this a Goose? That was a Goyf, sure. I'm not gonna path this on my turn because I don't want to run into a daze. There's no reason to not wait. Well, I mean, I guess that's a reason. Now I can't double port them, but this is the biggest card in their deck, so I'll use Path over Plows. They'll gain less life. Kill it. And before, like, basic island. Yeah. Alright, so we're pretty all in on this Brightling here. Luckily, we just have a pile of more removal spells. It's not really a big deal if my opponent has non-Monkeys, non-True Name Nemesis threats. They definitely would have slammed True Name there if they had it instead of Goyf, so... Oh, that's mean. Goose? This is, Mandrills. Leaving a Braid in the yard. Do I play into Daze? No, I just play it safe. I don't need to put this Brightling on right now. Or I can just, like, not port them next turn, depending on how this goes. Or if I draw another land, I have a lot of options. Yeah, perfect. Kill that. Real talk, why do Delver decks have such greedy mana bases? Couldn't they could have wasted for a basic and not be totally boned by cards? I mean, the usual deal is that they don't they don't like care about those cards as much. Like Blood Moon is a huge bummer, but Delver tries to go under those. Like the way you beat the big Chalice decks, like Mono Red Stompy and Eldrazi Stompy and stuff, is that you slam your threat and you play Protect the Queen, right? What's up, Yaz? Thank you for the 4-month resubscription. Shark, more cats, please. We can show off the cat on stream in a second. My opponent has double bolt. This thing dies. Nope. Yeah, so like they could play Basic Island, but the Basic Island doesn't let them cast most of their spells. All Basic Island does is let them cast cantrips. They can't cast their threats or their answers or anything. I assume this is a Sulfur Elemental, no? Oh, wow. Give it +1, -1. Lifelink. I'm not going to make it a 5-1 because that just gets absolutely demolished by Sulfur Elemental. I'm not even sure I should be porting them anymore. They don't need 4 lands for anything, and this makes my Brightling more vulnerable to death. Maybe it's right to just start tapping this port. Yeah, they're going to bolt this twice now. What is this? Dismember it? Yeah. What do you think of the O-Rings over Judgments in the 3-bit? I was considering playing... Yeah, this is the exact scenario I was talking about. I probably just shouldn't have ported them because they didn't need the mana. And I just let my Brightling die for no reason. So O-Ring is the hedge against the Sneak and Show builds, because against most other decks it's just bad Council's Judgment, and I can definitely see it if you're running into a lot of Sneak and Show and you're kind of getting demolished. Haven't played against enough Sneak to know if it's warranted or not, but... What do I grab here? Assuming this resolves. Spell Snare. Rude. Should I have ported that? We're still pretty favored here, 24-14. We still have a removal spell in our hand too. But I could see the O-Ring. I can see myself playing an O-Ring. I have one in my box of sometimes playable cards. I don't play against enough Sneak and Show, or I haven't played against enough Sneak and Show to know if it's worth it, because it is significantly worse than Council's Judgment in a variety of matchups. Like against Bug, you're like, haha, exile your Jace, and they're like, abrupt decay your O-Ring, get my Jace back, and that's really bad. I'm gonna start holding on to these, I think. I guess there's no reason to. Because there's a reason I could bluff with the Vial, but that's about it. Alright, so we're playing this game. You can't also possibly get 2 permanents with O-Ring. Oh yeah, I mean you could get 2 permanents with O-Ring if you have like Vial on 3+ Flicker Wisp, but that's like very, very corner case. Yeah, let's take them off all their green sources. What does my opponent have in their hand? They kept on that Ponder, I think. Chooses not to shuffle, yeah. It's a threat. Feel like they have a Sulfur Elemental. This thing's just gonna die. I almost just want to blow it up now, but Not quite worth it. Thing is, I've played against the people I've played against are so much off the sneak playing against D&T, and D&T is so big right now. Why isn't it just another Relic Order, especially with his build? Because then you have like 10 or so copies of Stop Your Combo with All You Can, Relic Order, and Recruiter. Like every single paper sneak player played in the past 2 years. I guess because like Relic Order is just worse than O-Ring in some other matchups. Like it is a bad Council's Judgment, but Leona Relic Order is just not Council's Judgment at all. So O-Ring's a hedge of like I want a card that can deal with like any problematic permanent, like a Jace or a Liliana or a Dread of Night. I mean, that's not a good example because Leona Relic Order can kill that too, but or kill a creature. Like you can still get a Tarmogoyf out of the way if you needed to. Can you feel me? Alright, I think I can take my opponent off of all their green sources now. Until they draw, like, a Wasteland for my port. So I can Wasteland this Trop and then just port the third Trop forever. Eh. Goodbye, Graveyard, I guess. Oh, I should have given them a land in their graveyard for no reason. Which I guess doesn't matter because there's a land in my graveyard for the Goyf anyway, but marginal things. That should be their last Trop, right? That's their last land? Oh, no, they were just... Yeah, they're shuffling from when they brainstormed, I think. It's hard to keep track of what's going on in this game anymore. This game's been going on for, like, far too long. And my opponent's, I think, very much closer to dead than I am. Oh, no, they get their green back. Let's draw Wasteland. Yeah, I'll take it. It is a clock. It will probably die because my opponent has had multiple cards in hand for a very long time and has not done anything with them. Cat is currently knocking stuff over, so that's wonderful. Knocking a lot of stuff over. What you got, opponent? I'm gonna just have no lands left. Oh, they brainstormed the third Volk back into their deck, so they can fetch it this time. This feels like a Mandrills. Ponder, sure. I wonder if I'm supposed to target myself with that Remorseful Cleric activation to weaken Tarmogoyfs, because I exile enchantment and artifact out of my yard. Oh, is she in the camera? She is in the camera. Oh, she's not. She's running away. Chooses not to shuffle. This is a Goyf? No, this is a Mandrills. Oh god. You've got some claws. Sure. Just die. Die, Mandrills. Doesn't matter what I flicker, I just want a 3-1 for 3. Really want to draw like GTA or Sword here or something. Not exactly what I wanted. I'll still play it to try to sneak my other 2-drops through more spell snares in the future. But... Goyf. That is a big Goyf. Do I still erase it? think I might. I'm not good at math, but 10, 18. Well, I'm probably not going to outrace it when it's dead. Let's draw my second rest in peace, perhaps. It's okay. As long as I can find an answer for this Goyf in 4 turns. It's going to be a real bummer if I lose this game. All because I just murdered my own Brightling for no reason. Because I was irrelevantly porting them. We have like a lot of draws that make us survive this Goyf. It's not one of them. I'll play it though. My opponent does have Ancient Grudge. They've just been decided that the vials weren't worth it because I have so many lands. So they're just saving it for the equipment, which makes Stoneforge not a good draw anymore. Brightling would be super useful. Ooh, I'll take that. Goodbye. Run out of threats, please. Alright, I'll take it. They do have this Ancient Grudge flashback, but depending on how I do this, I can try to sneak a Batterskull past it. Assuming none of the 4 cards in their hand can remove the Stoneforge Mystic, which seems very unlikely. Ooh, got to untap? That's shocking. Delver. Alright, that's fine. Oh yeah, they can't even flashback Ancient Grudge. I'm an idiot. They don't have any more... that sounds like spilling water.
Something.
They have no more green sources, so they actually can't flashback this Grudge. Which I totally forgot. I'm gonna wasteland them to see if they have like a 2-mana spell that they want to be casting. Because I think those are the last 2 color-producing lands in their deck, are these 2 volcanic islands. I think they're just gonna die. Feel bad I sent that and had to walk away, but I heard you say the Judgment slot. It's in the Judgment slot. Okay, yeah. If you want me to like talk about it a little bit more. Essentially, like, Bad Council's Judgment is better than Leona and Relic Order in terms of having a kind of a catch-all removal spell. Sick. Finally played against Rug Delver. Match 43 is the first Rug Delver match I have played in Legacy. Which is surprising considering it's supposed to be one of the best decks. I just have never ran into it until now. Yeah, Relic Order is a lot more specialized. You can't Relic Order a Jace or a Tarmogoyf. Are we good? I'm glad I can enlighten you. Wait, was the WoW really sarcastic in response to my, like, obvious statement about Relic Order, or was it WoW really, like, I haven't played against Rug Delver? No, really. Gotcha. I just put two and two together there. Wasn't sure if it was just sarcasm or not. Yeah, that was actually my first matchup against Rug Delver. 43 matches in. Oh, man. I feel like they're not on Sultai Leopold anymore, 29 days ago. This hand is tempting. On the draw, it's just so much worse, though. We have so many castable spells, though. How would we ever lose? Yeah, we're gonna keep. This hand's great. We'll be fine. We'll be fine, chat. We can cast, like... this... Oh, no. Wait. Miracles? Well, that was probably the worst draw on the deck. Miracles plays Preordain sometimes to fuel Mentors, or it could be some sort of Taiga or Tundra-related combo deck, but... Oh, wait. Preordain doesn't feel like it's a Stoneblade card, but... Also, they're grabbing Batter Skull, which probably just means they have GT in hand. I probably just want to kill the Stoneforge, though. Play around Daze, I guess. I don't want to... I regularly would Wasteland here, but I really don't want to because I'm so down on lands. Having a problem with Stoneblade, TNN, and such, I can't believe that with cutting or Evoker and Server Avengers, which is a good way of raising the area, you're cutting stuff in those matchups. That's about it, I'm sure, if people bet against those decks. As much as me, they respect. Yeah, that's fair. It's all about, like, what you play against. Like, I haven't played against nearly enough Sneak and Show to necessarily respect playing, like, an O-Ring to try and beat them. This thing's 100% dead. I'm gonna apply my mom here. Oh, maybe I was supposed to Violent Mom in response to this tick up, instead of, so now I don't have to cast it? Oh well. I could play Recruiter and recruit a 2, but I can't even really think of what I would want. A Stoneforge, I guess? But yeah, if you're playing as like a bunch of Stoneblade and True Names and garbage, then play Council Judgments, play Manrikis. I've been considering Manriki. Why haven't you vowed in Mom on? I vowed in the first Mom. The second Mom I had thought about. Wow. Alright, I guess we, I didn't think we were gonna win that. My opponent has 6 cards in hand. Very confused. We had, like, the workings of a win going on, but I didn't feel like we were that much ahead. Interesting. But anyway, yeah, there was definitely thought to vialing, like, trigger on the stack, vial on the Mom, and then let the vial tick up to 2, which was probably just, like, pretty free. I don't think you should play it. The Spirit was interesting. The Power Toughness with less X1s to trade makes sense. There isn't labeled, which is part of why I played Spirit before. Spirit could be interesting, because Spirit's, like, decent against the combo decks, because it also beats down and disrupts all their, like, garbage cantrips and stuff. I think he had to go. I mean, they would have conceded the match if they had to go, right? If they were just like, oh, well, pack up and leave. Yeah, the concession seems a little odd there. I guess, well, maybe their hand was just terrible. Their hand was, they're on Esper Stoneblade, and their hand was, like, all black cards and Batter Skull, and they're, like, had 3 Tundras, and they just conceded. I don't know. What do I board out in this matchup? Prelate's probably not great. Thalias are usually not very good against Stoneblade. It's only good against the combo decks, and you already beat it. It doesn't help versus Test or Black Rat or Dredge. It helps a little bit versus Black Rat. It means they can't Grizzlebrand you. But yeah, I get your point. But like, it's hard to have like a main deck card that does hedge those matchups besides Remorseful Cleric, which I don't think is that much of an all-star. I think it's a very nice one of, and that's about it. What's the last card I'm cutting? Another Thalia. Brightling seems fine. Plows are pretty mediocre in this matchup. Let's do that. But it also is decent against the fair blue decks, right? Like, it's probably good. It's good against Miracles. Helps against Jace. Helps beat down it trades with a Nimble Mongoose. It, like, still disrupts people's Brainstorms and Ponders and stuff out of the fair blue decks. Let's see if my opponent conceded there because they were just, like, gonna concede the match, but I guess we'll find out. I hope they don't concede the match. I don't know if they're on blue-white or Esper Stoneblade. This hand's pretty great. Put him mulligan to 6. Deal. Having more 2-drops. The deck right now feels weird and clunky. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, that's always kind of an issue, right? Like, we're playing about the same amount of 2-drops that we've always been. It's not like Saravenger was an actual 2-drop, right? What is my opponent doing with Preordains in their Stoneforge deck? I'm still trying to figure that out. Preordain doesn't strike me as a very Stoneforge-y card. Yeah, that's fair. It made Vials much better. They gonna grab GTA this time? Yeah. Well, I guess we will also play a Stoneforge Mystic. And then... Oh, they're gonna Force Oil? That's rude. Well, we have Mom to protect against, unless they have True Name here, in which case we're pretty boned. The deck feels like a little awkwardly based around a lot of powerful 3-drops now. Between Recruiter and Flickerwisp and Brightling, and just... You have a lot of things you want to be doing, and that's kind of why the 24th land kind of wanted to be in there. Because the deck has actually a lot of things to do with its mana nowadays, but the early turns get a little bit more muddled as a result. So this isn't great. When do we get a real Disenchant creature? Don't I wish? Just like White Rexage, please. I would murder someone for a White Reclamation Sage. We're gonna run out Brightling here. We have Mom to protect it. My opponent can't just like play Equip GTA because we have this Mom in the way. The issue is that they can then get a Batter Skull online and then kill the Mom, or at least tap down the Mom and then get the GTA online and stuff. Well, that's rude. Notably, they actually missed their land drop here, which... Smell blood in the water. Let's go for some killing. So now they have to crack the EE here. They don't just feel so bad. You get an artifact, yeah, but then they can just they can just kill it and remove it. It's never been excellent. I almost like don't want to give this Brightling Pro White because like I'd much rather than block here, but maybe I just don't care. Yeah, sure. Die Mother of Runes. I don't even know if I'm attacking with this Brightling. How am I going to beat this Batter? I guess I have Relic Warrior to beat the Batter Skull. Or the GTA. Yeah, I suppose I am just attacking. He doesn't get... I mean, regardless of what I tap here, my opponent's just going to activate Stoneforge and put a Batter Skull into play, but yeah. I'm going to port them to make them do it, but... It makes them use their mana now. Yep, they're going to put in this Batter Skull. found another land. It's not very nice. So what's my plan to win here? I could plow the germ. Is that a reasonable plan? I need to get this Jite offline, which means I can't just burn this Relic Order on the Batter Skull. The issue is that they can eventually pick up the Batter Skull and put it back into play. So the plan is just... because they can just bounce it and play it, they only have 2 other cards. How many other things could they do? The issue is that I'm concerned about the Jite more than I'm concerned about the Batter Skull. Like, I could Relic Order it, but then I still need a plan to beat this Jite. I think my plan to beat the Batter Skull goes over a lot easier. Am I gonna pick up the Batter Skull with their whole turn? Ooh, Blue-Eye Redstone Blade. Yeah, they have 2 Stone Forges, so they recruited Jite and Batter Skull. So they're on Blue-Eye Redstone Blade, which is nice to know. Opponent just drawing running lands is also kind of disappointing. It also means that they can just put in Jite and equip it next turn, which means I can't attack with the Brightling. Ooh, never mind. That's pretty good. If my opponent has exactly Plow, we might get bodied, but I think I'd rather get this Jite online. Oh yeah, don't forget. The cat was on the stream. Oh, you missed it. The cat was on the stream earlier, but apparently you stepped away for a second. So my opponent's hands are Batter Skull, Jite, question mark. So unless that last card is Sword as the Plowshares, we should be okay here. Brainstorm. Alright, deal. Alright, we're okay here. Opponent has 1 card on the bottom, or on the top of their deck that could be like the Batter Skull or the Jite that I know about. I don't imagine that it is, though. I imagine their play here is like... just activate both of their guys. Wasteland's interesting. I could actually force them to activate one of the Stone Forges preemptively by wastelanding this Tundra, because then they only have the 1 white source. I don't hate that. Let's see what they got going on. They put in the Batter Skull, sure. Maybe I'm supposed to give Brightling Vigilance here. I don't hate that. The block seems loose. I'm I'm a little bit scared of Sulfur Elemental right here. Should I be? Am I just, like, irrationally scared of the card Sulfur Elemental? I think it's, like, pretty free to play around it, though. I can just make my guy a 4/6. Oh, no, they're just gonna pick up their Battle Scroll. I mean, no, that's fine, too, if they do that. You can pump through. No, I can't, because Sulfur Elemental is split second, so it would just immediately kill my Brightling if it has 4 damage marked on it with 5 toughness, and I couldn't do anything about it. So I could pump again, or I could just make my guy a 4/6, and just not use the other GT counter. Make my guy a 4/6. Just for safety. I don't think my opponent is on Sulfur Elemental, but this block feels a little weird otherwise. Now they put in the GT. And one day I can Relic Order it. Yeah, if they just spent their turn picking up this Battle Skull and giving me GT counters, that's totally fine. It'd be really sweet if they did, but I'm probably just, like, going crazy. If they don't hit the land drop here, I might just kill this Battle Skull, because I don't think I care about GT anymore. I might just Relic Order this Battle Skull just to stop them from flocking me forever. Are they gonna counterspell this? Huh. They're gonna counterspell this. Alright, now we're back to square one, which is still a pretty favorable position for me. Give Brightling Vigilance. Attack. Pump. Kill it. Do I care about porting, or do I care about playing this Vial? Probably playing this Vial. My opponent's just gonna, like, pick up the Battle Skull, activate a Stoneforge with the port. Last card in hand is GT, probably. Develop this Aether Vial. Probably not irrelevant in the future. How many counters does this thing have? Like 4? 4. Jace, that's obnoxious. I mean, not that obnoxious, because I can actually just kill both my opponent's Stoneforges. If they, like, make me pick up Brightling here. Yeah, this is fine. So if I kill both these Stoneforges, then I need to play Brightling, but my opponent can just, like, bounce it a bunch. Pick up their Battle Skull, then they need to replay it, and it takes forever. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna kill these Stoneforges before they can pick up and put down the Battle Skull again. Oh, that's pretty good. I'll accept this draw. I'm not going to play Brightling here. Ooh, maybe... Do I risk it? Do I risk just jamming this Brightling into, like, my opponent with being Hellbent? I don't think I do, because I don't need to, right? There's no reason to risk it. My opponent has no cards in hand. Yeah, there's no reason to play fast and loose like that. I think I win if I just wait. Or I'm, like, more favored to win if I just wait. Some decent draws here, for sure. Unless they... Oh, yeah, thank God they didn't counter that. It's like 10 creatures to pick up GTA in one. So now they pick up the... They don't even pick up the Batter Skull, wow. I keep porting this Tundra. Oh no, do they draw like Running Swords? I hope not. Boo. Played Sword and Violed and Brightling. Man, they drew running removal spells. So we would have got super savage by running out the Brightling last turn, but... Alright, well this... 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, we can stop my opponent from casting this Batter Skull anytime soon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, it's not worth running this out. Tap down a bunch of my opponent's stuff. Not the draws I'm going for, deck. Yeah, that's a card that I can play. It is a castable spell. My opponent can cast Batter Skull here, but... Oh, that's mean. I'll have 2 swords in my hand, at least. Just keep porting them out of making this Batter Skull until they find more lands. What's up, Kogan? How's it going? Plateau, wow. Opponent's going deep. That's not great. Really want another Brightling off the top. That would be nice. That's not great. We can still beat this GTA. Just worse for us. I was watching Capons. What was he streaming? I know he's a big, like, Death and Taxes streamer. I don't really care about porting my opponent at this point. I think I'm just going to run out at least one of these swords. 6, 7, 8. So port them down to 7. They'd have enough, so I'd have to port them down to 6. Spirits and Taxes. Interesting. I would assume blue-white. Yeah, so let's port them twice here. Wow, they're gonna decide to not get a trigger on the GTA to put in Batter Skull? That seems very loose, opponent. That was kind of why I wanted to port them, actually, to bait them. But this gives me another chance at, like, drawing a relevant card to win this game. It's another chance, not another... Game 3 gets power 22 cards at 2 lands, yeah. Them's the beats. I've been there. So now we need to draw a Phyrexian Revoker. Yeah, sometimes you don't run hot. It's like this nonsense. We can still win if we draw like Recruiter or Brightling, I think, can keep us in this game. It's a weird pause. Alright, we can suit this up to trade with their germ, I think. It's a big batter, Skull. Bolt my face. Would untap bolt my face again. This isn't lethal, right? Pretty sure this is not, in fact, lethal. Because I just gain life here? And also I just prevent these... Like, this is definitely not lethal unless they have, like, a plow for their own creature, right? Oh, they do have a plow for their own creature. Dang. Oh, we tried. Yeah, Blue-Red Stoneblade is our opponent. Very, like, very tight game 2. Going to game 3. I definitely misplayed. Or not necessarily misplayed, but took a little bit of a greedier line and got punished by, like, back-to-back removal spell. Which definitely decided the end of that game there. But my opponent also needed to have a bevy of cards there at the end. I don't... Yeah. One was, like, very... Like, that was a very bad attack, unless my opponent didn't understand how lifelink worked, or just had a removal spell for themselves. I guess that would explain the, like, the super aggressive bolt face, plow your Stoneforge on tap, do all that stuff. That seems fine. Could use a Flicker Wisp last game. Stall those dang GTA counters. Hopefully we can make up for my loss in game 2 here. Still not sure if it was correct. My opponent needed exactly double removal spell to punish me for like Brightling with 1 mana open. I guess the real punish was like I didn't need to port them. I keep like porting with a Brightling in play when I don't need to, which is kind of the thing that you need to get used to. Is that sometimes there are more important things than using port on your opponent. Kind of a weird pull between Rashad and Port and Brightling. Waiting for the opponent here. I like this hand. Could use like a Rashad Port for turn 2, or a Stoneforge Mystic or something. Could use a lot of things, but that's what we have the top of the deck for. Port is invulnerable unless you have Brightling, then abort. You truly are a wordsmith, Yaz. I'm gonna crack their E here, or like wait till my turn, so I still can't play this Mother of Runes. But it lets me get in a free 2, yeah. We'll do it then. We're on the Mom. I can port them. This Mother of Runes will very likely die, but maybe I'm supposed to port the Plow. I was thinking about porting the Mountain actually, just because the likelihood of my opponent having Swords to Plowshares there. But just brainstorming is really, really good for me. I'm glad you appreciate my minimal contributions to this stream. Now that do they have a Plow? Oh, deal. Mom gets to live. Look at that. But it finds Batter Skull, which probably means GTA's already in their hand. We've drawn straight lands this whole game so far. I mean, they can have a Batter Skull, it's fine. Could also just flicker the Germ off of it next turn. Slow them down even more. Do they have the GTA here? No, they just have another Stoneforge. Sure. There's the GTA. Playing against a burn player. I spell colored his Swifter and he typed, I don't play against counter spells and scooped. The classic. That sounds like a whatever, the Cockatrice or whatever. Could be a Moto player. Let's just kill the Germ. Chuck one up for Queller. Seems good. Alright, I don't want to die to Plow here, so we're not going to port. Because if I port, they can like put in GTA, play a land, Plow the Mom, and like demolish me. That was a very quick... Was this like an E on 3? Oh, that makes sense. That's very bad for me. Now we can draw a Relic Order or Council's Judgment. And not a lot else. Phyrexian Revoker would be okay. Even then they could make like a... Ooh. Never mind. We good. We alive. Goodbye, True Name. My opponent the beatdowns here. My opponent does have a Lightning Bolt in their deck, so we might as well port the Mountain. It's more, seems like it's more relevant than porting their third white source. The thing about bolting the Mom and going in with this GT. In which case we have Sword unless they have Counterspell. Preordain, sure. Still not sure why Preordain's in their deck. They really want like more cantrips after 4 Ponder, 4 Brainstorm? Opponent digging deep here. They bottomed with the Preordain. Those top deck skills, where did you learn to top deck so good? Years of practice. Draw Council's Judgment exactly when you need it. I mean, if you saw game 2, then my top deck skills are actually horrible. Because I had like 7 or 8 turns to draw something and just found lands for a million turns. Also, it's like one of the 2 spells I've actually drawn this game. I've drawn like 3 lands, 2 spells over 5 draws. Which I guess isn't like a, that's like not an absurd ratio. Not something really to complain about. Okay. Because Preordain Rock? I mean, Preordain's just like traditionally accepted as worse than Ponder and Brainstorm, especially in fair decks, right? I'm not sure if my opponent wants 9+ cantrips in their deck. I think I'm like Snap Preordain? Aggressive. They are digging. Top bottom, alright, that's kind of scary. I'm going to revoke this GTA and make myself feel a little safer. Maybe this was a revoke Batter Skull. No. I mean, if they have to spend 5 mana to equip the Batter Skull, and then I have Plow or Mom to block, so... Force will go to 1. Alright. Pitching Counterspell. I feel pretty good about where we are right now. With another land, they could like equip Batter Skull and GD to different creatures, but no, they can't because I get to port them. They might just be dead. Cantrip some more. Top. That's kind of scary. Bolt the Mom. Oh, this is the last card in their hand. We're fine. Pro red. Miracles plays like 14, it's 10 and Stoneblade. I mean, like, Miracles is just a very different deck than Stoneblade is, but yeah, they're just dead. Let them go to combat. GG, opponent. Whew. That was definitely a close one. Was worried there for a second. And we chalk that up as a win against Blue White Red Stoneblade. Yeah, Miracles runs Yeah, Miracles just like has more reasons to want to cantrip, like stuff like Terminus and Mentor and all that stuff. Just like and the ability, or I guess the necessity, not the ability, the necessity to be able to smooth out your draws by hitting your land drops with a like relatively land light deck comparative for a control deck versus Blue-Air Stoneblade. Which why does this stupid window keep doing that? I guess maybe the opponent's Blue-Air Stoneblade deck plays like a lot like a control deck. Sounds great. Unless my opponent's on a combo deck, in which case we're super dead, but not in a million years going to pass up this hand. Yeah, but there's a limit. There's typically a limit. Like these decks don't traditionally play Preordain. I have not seen a lot of lists that play over 8 cantrips that aren't combo decks or mentor decks, right? Ooh, lands. Is Sam good against lands? It sounds okay against lands. Wait, not lands. 4-color loam, then? Or lands with a Sylvan Library, which seems just kind of odd, but... Do I want to port them? Probably. Topic Thalia would be pretty neat. Drawing a Flicker Rose to turn off or to shoot this Mox down would be cool. Float a mana. I think I'm like abrupt my file here. Nope. Does 4-color loam usually play Sheltered Thicket? Like usually, isn't there red only for Punishing Fire? Unless I'm trying to think of a card. I'm trying to think of something else that they play that they would want, like Sheltered Thicket. Yeah, they do always have library. It's either turn 1 library or turn 1 Bob from 4-color loam every time. Still trying to figure out why they do have Sheltered Thicket in their deck, though. This mom. Cool, didn't die. Ooh, there's my Flicker Wisp for this Mox Diamond. Opponent gonna deprecate the Vial now. Molten Vortex would be kind of a bummer. They gotta P-Fire the bomb? Aggressive, yeah. What am I grabbing here? Probably sort of Fire and Ice. Protect from Punishing Fire. Oh, like Molten Vortex being in their deck? Like, that's why they're playing a Sheltered Thicket? Like, I feel like they'd be playing a Taiga over... I guess you can technically fetch Sheltered Thicket. So maybe it's better than Taiga in that. I don't know. I would be equally surprised to see 4-color loam with a Sheltered Thicket or lands with a Sylvan Library. But both cards I could like see in my opponent's deck, but are non-traditional. Let's see what they fetch here. They fetch Taiga. Alright, okay, they're 4-color loam with the Sheltered Thicket. Which I figured from the Sylvan Library, I think that was more likely. It's probably easier to play a land than to like randomly play a Sylvan Library, which lands doesn't really want. They don't really care about drawing 3 cards, because they draw 3 cards every turn with life from the loam. Speak of the devil. Well, now my Flicker Wisp on their Mox Diamond looks a lot dumber. Do Do I even want to port them? They'll have 4 lands next turn, or 3 if I port them. Is that even worth it, or do I just want to develop this sword? Could also put in Brightling or Wisp, depending on what they do. I think I'd rather use the Oh no, my opponent has Wasteland. No, I can protect the Roshan Port with Flicker Wisp for a turn, so it's probably fine. So we can wait on that. Not gonna port. If my opponent goes for Wasteland, we have the Wisp. My opponent's like Deluge, we're super dead, but Turbo Sylvan Library is very, very hard to beat. Crazy Seismic Assault build that uses... If they're Seismic Assault, they definitely want more red sources than like the 0 they have in play. The 1 they have in play right now with the Mox Diamond. But like, maybe. I don't know. I'm not my opponent. Because like, there's a green-white cycle land, right? And that would make more sense. They play white cards in this deck. There is a green-white cycle land, right? Am I crazy? Scattered Grove, yeah. There's green-white, green-red, blue-black, red-black, and blue... Did I say blue-white? No, blue-white. There we go. Man, I didn't want a Toxic Deluge. Please be a Knight of the Reliquary. Actually, please just don't be anything. Please stop casting a spell. I can't really deal with the Knight of the Reliquary either. If it's this sequencing, I can deal with a Deluge. If they didn't like Wasteland first or something. What are they trying to... They're just gonna vindicate my blades. Holy crap. That is harsh. Now they have Wasteland for my Rishadan port, too. That's super rude. I mean, I still have to save the Plains. Plains is pretty important here. I'll protect you, Plains. How's it the fuck? It's all the normal opponents. I don't know, man. I get some whack shit right now. I get crazy stuff all the time. They lose to Wisp Brightling. No, maybe. I don't know. If I draw a second land, they're definitely under the bus a little bit. Because then I get to put on the sword and really go to town. Land, please. Can be useful. I think I want to play my second Aether Vial in case my opponent vindicates me again. I don't think I need second Mom in play. Makes my Brightling more susceptible to death, but... Give my opponent the beatdowns here. Hopefully it works out. Would have really liked a second land, but my opponent's dirtling pretty hard with a Sylvan Library in play, so... I don't really know what their plan is. Hit them for 4th and 7th. Yeah. Unbeatable full stop. Yeah, definitely. There's definitely not anything my opponent can do to stop me from attacking with a 3-1 and a 3-3. My opponent's like 4-color... My opponent has proven they're a 4-color deck. They've cast a Vindicate and they have a Sheltered Thicket in their deck. They are officially 4-color Loam. They have cast Life from the Loam and have 4 colors of mana in their deck. Is this a Deluge? Because that would be a bummer. Deal. Goodbye, Stoneforge Mystic. Not quite good. I think I just want to attack my opponent, honestly. I don't think I care about this Lily onto the Veil. I just want to hit them for 3. I'd have to swing both my guys at the Lily, which I could also do next turn. Also, I have this Revoker for the Lily. I could also revoke their Mox Diamond, but I think I just want to hit my opponent in the face. I do get punished by not a lot here, actually. I almost want to attack opponent now. Yeah, because like I'm already like pretty dead to a Deluge, and I think they've proven time and time again that they don't have it. I think I'm with you, Yaz. I think I'm just gonna go at my opponent here. Taste it. Am I discarding this Mom or this Plow when they plus this Lily? I think I'm discarding the Plow. The Mom is a clock, I suppose, and like I can't really beat a Knight of the Relic Warrior very well. I'm gonna revoke it. I think I'm pitching this Plow. Oh, Grove. That's not very useful for me. Yeah, goodbye, Plow. We have lethal if we draw like a Whisper, a Wasteland, or a Port. Not if we draw a Thalia. Shame we never drew that second land. Do I want... No, I think I want to just deal my opponent more damage. This Mom. They have like a P-Fire. Do I want to let this resolve? Probably not. They can buy back the Punishing Fire, but they can't cast it again. They take 4, go to 3. They can pick up the P-Fire, and they have 1, 2, 3, 4 mana. P-Fire down the Flicker Wisp, and they have the Maze for the Brightling. They can Edict with the Lily. Versus if I let this die, my opponent goes to 4, but I have the Mom to protect. No, because they'll have another land drop. They can actually cast Punishing Fire twice next turn. I think I save it. Might actually play Thalia here instead of Revoker. Man, I wish this was a Remorseful Cleric. That'd be real sick. So they're still dead to, like, Punishing Fire Mom, or Punishing Fire Wisp plus Maze Brightling. They still actually... Plus Edict. There's... Oh, no, they're not quite dead, I think. If we draw a land, they would maybe be. Yeah, if we draw a land, they would be. Edict me. Interesting. Goodbye, Mother of Runes. So they have one Punishing Fire, which they can use on the Wisp to not die, unless I draw another land. Or a waste. If I draw a Wasteland or a Port, or any land, they die, because I can just sort up the other mom. If they draw a Flicker Wisp, they're dead. What's my opponent thinking about? Alright, sweet. I guess they decided that they were dead. Although I don't think... No, Moto won't even let me draw the land. I'll never know if I actually had lethal. Because they can just Punishing Fire down this Wisp. And then, oh no, they're still dead on board if they do that. Yeah, never mind, they are dead. Punishing Fire down the Wisp. I have Mom, Thalia, Brightling. I attack with all three. They can maze the Brightling and they still die. Cool. Alright. Figured it out. My opponent is on 4-color loam. You drew all your lands in the other game. There's no way he'll draw one here. So he plays Green Sun Zenith, right? Right. Maybe. I don't think I want that. Do I want Cataclysms? It's a weird. This is a weird matchup. I never know how to sideboard against 4-color loam. Pretty sure my opponent just played Green Suns. These are like all cards I could see myself bringing in. Question is like, what cards am I cutting? GT is probably not great. Brylings are pretty good there. Mangara is probably great. Crusader's great. Prelate's probably bad. Oh no, Prelate's on 2. Never mind. Prelate's not bad. Prelate turns off Punishing Fire. Never know what to board out here. Needs Surgical? I assume it's Surgical Extraction. Yeah, these are all, like... I hate bringing in Surgical into this deck, because sometimes they just, like, beat you down really fairly, and you're sitting there awkwardly, but... The plays Venus, but cards like Rip and Kata and Judgment are all better, so you're... Yeah. I don't know, but Container Priest also pairs with... I'm already boarding against so many cards, though. Like, what am I cutting? Cut, like, Jite. Batterskull, maybe not great. Is Sort of War and Peace even that good? Opponent's in a Abrupt Decay deck. I legitimately, like, this is probably, like, the matchup I am worst at boarding against. I just never know how to board against 4-color loam. It's such a weird matchup. A minute left. Oh, yeah, Moms are probably pretty bad. Mom was really good that game, but I think that game was far from the norm. My opponent had a Sylvan Library in place since literal turn 1 and just, like, cast 1 spell per turn and died. I like all these cards. I don't like... I guess Batterskull is very hard to kill. I could trim, like, a Stoneforge. And, like... My opponent has a lot of creatures. Yeah. That was my thing. Like, I like... Rip is really good in this matchup. Maybe, like, Paths aren't even that good. I have, like, 2 Council Judgments, 4 Plows, and their only real creatures are... And I think I'd rather... cut like that. Maybe bring in 1 Path. We'll just do it like this for now. Just no 2-drops. We'll be fine. Probably. I'm not convinced I want Surgical. I think I agree with you on Instinct, Yaz, but I'm not like Surgical can be really good depending or really bad depending on how my opponent's hand plays out, and that's why I don't like it in this matchup. Though maybe it's necessary because stuff like Punishing Fire is so horrifying. Sand sucks. Sand also sucks, but on a 6 on the draw, I think I'm gonna keep it. We need a couple lands for it to be good, but non-basic scary. Delay on that is about 30 or 60 seconds. Yeah, delay is not great. Relic Order over... What does Relic Order do? Oh, yeah, it hits Diamond. I think... Do they board out Chalice in this matchup? Maybe they don't. Maybe the Surgical is bad because Chalice exists? Just like another... Oh, well, I guess they don't board out Chalice. That answers that question. But we have Wisp to turn it off if we want to surgical them. Opponent only has 3 cards left in hand after that. Sweet. That's all they're doing. Deal. I imagine the Stoneforge is not going to live. Does that mean I grab sort of... Oh, they're just going to kill with that on the stack. Alright, well that answers that question. I really enjoy when my opponents decide to just kill with the trigger on the stack, because that makes my decision so much easier. Because there's actually a decision point there. Also, we're 100% about to flicker west this Mox Diamond. Like, screw their Chalice of the Void. They're not keeping Chalice against D&T. Wait, I was wrong. Oh, they hit the land drop. Rude. At least it wasn't a, whatever it is. I'm trying to remember the name. Grove. It's just... I want to jam an equipment here, but I'm really scared of my Wisp dying. But my opponent needs to, like, draw another Punishing Fire or a Grove to kill this Wisp. Then if we draw a land, we can actually just, like, play Stoneforge and equip. I think I want to draw cards. I guess getting my opponent dead is a pretty big incentive, but it's only like 2 more damage a turn. And I want to like be able to draw cards to hit these land drops to actually cast the rest of my spells, is kind of my plan. Would have probably have hit the Chalice to take... Wait. Oh, hit the Chalice of Surgical P-Fires? I don't know. Hitting them off of a land when they were stumbling was like pretty tempting. Like, they missed a land drop for 2 turns. Like, snap off a Stone Rain. So Knight's kind of annoying, but... I might be able to just race him with this Wisp. Land, please? Ooh, nice. Is Wasteland or Stoneforge more important? I think Stoneforge is. Stoneforge can set up lethal if it gets to live. And they have a lot of mana with this Knight and stuff. Stoneforge makes an extra body that I can equip things to. Oh, they can actually Knight for Maze, though, so that makes it slightly more annoying. Oh, no, I have Wasteland, never mind. We're fine. Committed to bringing insert. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it was right, but again, like if I had just... They'd have an extra land, they would play the Knight a turn earlier, and they don't have any Punishing Fires, but what are they going to do? Knight for a Grove right now? They're dead on board. I mean, they're not dead right now, because they can just Knight for the Maze in after I attack. So I can't just kill them here, but this Wastelands means that I could probably push through the Flickers next turn. Oh yeah, Cataclysm setup is probably pretty good, but they have a Knight right now, which is not something I want to Cataclysm into, per se. Also, yeah, all your messages, Lord Darkview, are like a minute after I've made the play. So sorry if I didn't just take the initiative there. Stoneforge sets up lethal if they, like... Wait, do they draw another land? Pitching Wasteland. Wow. Opponent drawing, like, running lands. Deluge for 3? That could be kind of annoying. Vindicate my Wisp. Oh no, punish for the not Sword of War and Peace play. Attack. That seems very aggressive, opponent. Oh man, Council's Judgment this night? That also seems pretty good. What's up, Static Gripped? How's it going? It's funnier this way. I think I just want to Council's Judgment this night. My opponent has one card left in hand and just nothing going on. I think I'm down for just Council's Judgmenting. Follow up on the shark commands. I can help you with Nightbot commands for sure. I can't find a good source of interesting shark effects. I'll look into it. Hey, did your mom close the door? Oh no, you closed the door. Yeah. The cat's meowing. Cat is meowing.
Okay.
What was I doing? What's 2 white, 1 colorless, and is overrated? This doesn't sound like a shark fact all the time. Wasteland my wasteland, rude. Second night, also rude. Huh. So it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can set it for lethal if my opponent gets aggressive and attacks with the knight here. History of Malia, that's fair. So if my opponent attacks here, they just die on the spot. Yeah. Wait, now they're... Oh, now they need to go. Oh, hey, cat. How's it going? Please don't jump onto the computer. Please do not. Yep, you can go back that way. Cat. Cat stream confirmed. So if I just equip, I force my opponent to go get a maze and maze it, but then I can just block. I don't like I can block their knight, so... I'm glad I left the ghost game for this. Oh, opponent's Dried Arbor. Spooky. Guess that's a plan. Oh, then they're gonna knight it away? Oh, that's clever. We can't die here, right? They get a fetch land, 10-10. Yeah, we can't die yet. They were down some. Thanks all the time, always putting me back in my place. We also have Crusader, which can actually just jump block this knight forever as well. Even more Berserk. Yeah, I didn't think about the Dryad Arbor. That's a good one. They get like the free block there. Although in the end, it basically did the same thing as like Maze of Ithie, except now they get a chance to punch me with the knight, which like I don't think they're going to anyway, because then they just die. It was a cool play, but I don't know if it like did anything besides kill a Dryad Arbor. Wow, 4 months. I need to find better hobbies. Thanks all the time for the 4-month resubscription. I appreciate your support. Cat's on the counter. We're pretty low. I'm a little scared here. Hey, we finally hit that land drop. So attacking's free. There's no way I can like get rid of this maze. I'm probably just gonna play Stoneforge and cat counter. I can make that. We can do a cat counter.
Do you want it?
What, the cat?
Yes.
Not right now. I'm in a highly stressful game here. So we're just gonna make infinity blockers here. Oh, no, wait, before putting the maze out there and let it be targeted. Yeah, I don't know. Opponent's playing, like, kind of oddly, but... Could play Crusader. I think I just want to just jam as many creatures in play as I possibly can, so I don't die to something random. So Stoneforge wills Batterskull, but I think we're pretty favored to win here. Unless my opponent can, like, Punishing Fire me out of this game somehow. Oh, well, there's the start. We draw 3 Wastelands, 4 Ports, or like 3 Wisps. It's none of those. Means I could probably just Crusader plus Vial here. So my opponent's playing. They can't burn me out yet, right? So they pick up the Punishing Fire, punch me to 3. Like if they can Knight for another Grove, pick up the Punishing Fire again, Punishing Fire me, pick up the Punishing... I think they actually can. I think I need to attack with this Batterskull. Just attack with... Could move the sword over. It's probably reasonable. Move the Sword of Fire and Ice over to the other Stoneforge. Maybe not. No, because then I can't play Crusader. Oh yeah, I can't violate the Chalice in play. Your message got to me in time that time. I think I just attack with Stoneforge because they have to maze it, and then I can keep blocking here, and attack with Batterskull, so I can gain life here. Just suicide it into a building, and then play... No, Crusader just gets P-fired, though. It's a little awkward. Could play Brightling. Brightling doesn't get P-fired. They maze that, sure. They buy back the Punishing Fire. Yeah, Crusader got much worse with this. I mean, they could have always knighted for the Grove, so... The second Knight was real bad after I Council's Judgment did the first one. This isn't... What is their plan here? Oh, Knight for a Cabal Pit? I mean, I guess. Oh no, they have the Mox Diamond here. They can just buy back the Punishing Fire again and Punishing Fire down the Batterskull. It also puts me at 7, so I'm not dead here. Means they can probably murder my Brightling, but... If we ever draw a way to kill this maze, I think we just kill them, so... Or just a way to kill this Knight of the Reliquary. Brightling okay, not great. I think it just soaks up more Punishing Fires and puts me more out of range of getting, like, burned out of this game. Man, if only I had a Surgical Extraction for their Punishing Fire. I stand by my play on, like, turn 3, but it's looking a little awkward here when my opponent just hit a bunch of land drops. I'm sitting here with 2 1-drops in my hand. Is this game 2? This is game 2, right? So we are lighting our opponent's clock on fire for a possible game 3. My opponent is definitely on the back foot here. Needs to find something. To draw like an Abrupt Decay, we're in dire straits. Scoos. That could pose an issue. 1, 2, 3. 3 cards? Get Kata next turn. And when they sack Chalice, we can Surgical. I have to, like, yeah. Kata is probably not the worst idea in the world. It's, like, really awkward, but it may not actually be the dumbest thing. Finally hit another land. So I can, like, Batter Skull up my Brightling and just get in. My opponent has 3 mana? I mean, not get in yet, but... Yeah, Scoos makes the Cataclysm plan worse. I'm not opposed to just suiting up this Brightling and just going to town. I'm at 7. My opponent's not going to burn me out of this game yet. The Scavenging Ooze makes a chump blocker for Stoneforge. It's like kind of annoying, but Brightling with a Batter Skull can do some serious work. They don't even have enough mana to like Cabal Pit it if that's in their deck, because they have to buy back Punishing Fire, and then they have no mana left. Make a gigantic Brightling. There are only 3 creatures in the yard, I'm pretty sure. This plan's okay. It's shaky, but it's not the worst. Would have liked a Mirror Crusader in play to suit up, but this Punishing Fire is kind of inhibiting that plan. At least I get to F6 here, because I don't have to leave a like Brightling pickup. I can make Brightling a like 12-2, and then it gets Punishing Fires. Make it an 11-3, and it trades with a Knight, unless they can put more things in the yard. Which they could if they just Knighted into a fetch land that puts it out of range of Brightling. If we draw a land, we can make it a 13-1. Amazing that Batterskull actually just completely invalidates half of Brightling's abilities by just giving it static lifelink and vigilance. Opponent has decided to pass the turn. No creatures in yards. Oh no, Dryad Arbor in yard. 1 creature in yard. Abrupt Decay, please no. Bob. Ballsy. I can respect that. Oh yeah, Flickerose, Cleric, or Rip also would all be very excellent draws. That's for certain. Can I afford to attack yet? Probably not. Brightling can't attack into this at night, because if I make it a 12-2, then it just dies to the Punishing Fire in my opponent's hand. I could just suit up the Brightling with all his swords. I don't hate that plan. No, then the maze gets me. Do I just, like, pass? Do I even play Crusader? I can spread out my swords to actually make my other Stoneforge immune to Punishing Fire. Just watch my opponent slowly die to this Dark Confidant is the new plan. Let's attempt to spread the love. They're probably punishing fire in response, but I don't think I'm playing Crusader unless there's a turn where my opponent somehow taps low enough that they don't have punishing fire up, and I can just Crusader plus jam a sword on it. Yeah, sure. Now I can attack with this Brightling, I think? I can pump it up to 8, 9, 10, 11. No, then I can block it as a 12-12. Because they just, like, sacks a land, gets a fetch. Yeah, we still can't attack. Weird game. Plans to let them die to this Dark Confidant. 2 creatures in the yard for scoos. To open up, like, I need to see my graveyard, opponent's graveyard, I need to see their revealed cards now. Wow, never lucky. Alright, well. Where's my Sword of Feast and Famine when you need it? Also just a freaking wasteland for this Maze of Ith or something. Alright, Prelate on 2 isn't the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. It's the start of a plan. It's the start of a plan to, like, suit up this Mirror Crusader and just crunch in. It also turns off my Rest in Pieces, notably, but I'm just gonna, like, Punishing Fire in my face here. This is definitely a little bit of an awkward game going on. Alright, so no more creatures for Scavenging Ooze as of right now. Nice, they drew a Loam. Nice life from the Loam, idiot. Alright, Operation Pants Up This Mirror Crusader is a go. Wow. Ooh, Operation Set Up Flicker Wisp their Maze of Ith to just kill them next turn is now the new plan. They just concede. Sweet. Ugh, that was a slog. Where's 4-color Loam? I've played against them before, I think. Have I not? I guess not, that I can see. Nice 3-0. Thanks, D. Lewis. Pretty good 3-0 so far. Some pretty tense games. I guess I haven't played against 4-color Loam yet. Thought I had. 2-0. Alright, let's keep this streak going. Thanks, Static. That was an awkward game. I think we were pretty favored there, but my opponent could have drawn something, probably. Like a Liliana of the Veil might have pushed them through, given enough time. Like, they could just slowly, like, they just have this big wall up, and they could, like, tick up, minus, tick up, minus, until they kill all my guys. Or, like, tick up to ult, and then ult it. But I think I had more good draws in my deck than my opponent did at that stage. Why, window? Why must you do this? Every time. Just stay over here, please. Ugh, this hand's a little land heavy. But it's got, like, double port wasteland, which aren't the worst lands. Mom Mystic. I hate keeping these hands, though. 5-landers just always flood. My opponent's playing Merfolk. This hand's pretty good, though. Island Walk 1 being their name. But they're 4-0, so they're probably not Merfolk. And we'll keep. We have enough spell lands where I don't hate this hand. You will take cards that would crack the... Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking. Like, my deck had more hits than my opponents did. And please don't daze. Alright. Next step, please don't bolt. So my opponent is likely Rug Delver. Reveals Force. Could be Bug Delver, but... What Force is really obnoxious? Because I can just force my Stoneforge. And then my hand is literal nothing. If I can answer this Insectile Apparition, though, this Mana Denial package seems really strong. This is either going to be a fun game, or I'm just going to die in 7 turns to this Insectile Apparition. I'm not sure yet. Depends on my next couple of draws. Oh, shuffle and miss, and... Oh, man. Buddy. They can force my plow, at least, but then I get to, like, get through the Stoneforge Mystic. Yeah, it's just plow plus... They can force this, but then they can't force my Stoneforge. And with them on no lands, I feel pretty decent about this game. Force pitching Brainstorm, deal. Guess I'm supposed to wasteland first to, like, not get dazed there, but... My opponent didn't daze my last card, my Mother of Runes, which they definitely would have. Wow, they just missed the land drop then. But we can still just Stoneforge for, like, Batterskull here. Or anything, really. Because we have the Mom to protect it from dying, unless... Because this is the card they drew for turn, unless they just, like, didn't play. What am I supposed to grab? Batterskull, Jite? It's either Batterskull or Jite. I think it's Batterskull just because I want to be doing a bunch of things with my lands here. Batterskull gets punished harder if my opponent has, like, Bolt, Untap, Bolt. Oh, they could have Stifle here. This was kind of dumb. This could be bad. Although, I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to do. I can recruit for Flicker Wisp to beat up this thing later. Grab Batterskull. Yeah, I think I'm supposed to just jam into Stifle there if they have it. They might have Bolt, Untap, Bolt. Put me to 11. I can recruit. Yeah. My plan was, yeah, Mom on board Batterskull. If they, yeah. Worst case is that they can burn 2 bolts to kill the Stoneforge, and I still have the Mom, and I can recruit for a Flicker Wisp to beat the Insectile Aberration. And they're down to, like, no cards in their hand. So I feel like we're decent spot here. Oh. Are they on the Bolt, Untap, Bolt plan? At least this gives me F6 value. Then I have to kill the Stoneforge. Mom gets to live. Oh, this is a much better plan. It's the Bolt Ponder looking for the other Bolt, or the second land, perhaps. If they're looking for the second land, they would have just bolted. Chooses not to shuffle. Plays the Flooded Strand. Cracks it. Wow. Wait. Did they have the bolt the whole time? They just figured like the Ponder was gonna hit well enough. Oh wow, they're not killing the Stone Forge? Huh. This seems like not a good way to win this game, opponent. I'm gonna play around Stifle here. Gonna Wasteland them. I don't know what their plan is. Tarmogoyf, maybe? They would need another land on top of that? I'm starting to wonder if they just, like, didn't play their land. Because, like, they just, like, forgot to play their land on turn 2 or something. Ooh, dismember the germ. Interesting. It's gonna get dicey. I'm at 7. If I play land, pick up Batterskull, I'll go to 4. Put in Batterskull, go to 1. My opponent's only used 1 bolt and a forked bolt, but that might... I can recruit for Flicker Wisp, but that actually takes less time. I can also just flicker the Batterskull. Also, if I get 5 lands, I can just equip this Batterskull. If they, like, daze this. We go to 4 if they daze it. Yeah. We go to 4, play our 4th land, we go to 1, then we can equip Batterskull. Unless they have a bolt in their hand, in which case we die. But them's the breaks. Yeah, the plan was to get Flicker Wisp, but only has two cards left in hand. Also, we can just Wasteland there. Oh no, if we Wasteland the Volk, then we can't set up this Batterskull, and then we just die anyway. Oh, we can play Thalia plus Port, though, to prevent them from bolting me. We're still alive. Not very. Because if they have a bolt, I think we still just lose, because they can just bolt the creature in response to the equip here. Oh no, because they just can't cast it straight up, because I get to port the land down. I feel like we're okay here. They found the land, but they can't cast anything relevant. Revoker does literal nothing. Does it matter which one I equip to? Not really. I'd rather have Protect this Thalia, I suppose. And gain more life. That's fair. If they have a bolt, we actually still die here. Because we only... Oh, no, we gain 6. Never mind. We go to 7. Oh, if they have Stifle, we die, too. No, never mind. I'm thinking, like, way too fast. Because they can't cast the Stifle for the same reason they can't cast the Bolt. I think we might have stabilized. They can't even dismember the Thalia because then they died at the Stone Forge. Oh my god. That was a game. God, definitely had me sweating there. Whew. So, sideboard plan. Cut Revokers, cut Recruiters, cut Mangara, and cut Prelate, I think, was the plan. I'm not sure, still not sure between Prelate and Crusader. I think Crusader's just slightly better. Because the way you lose this game is in the early game, and the early game is, like, you can definitely fend off a big green guy with a Mirror Crusader. Versus Prelate, if you're behind, they're just going to kill you with dudes and you have a 2-2. If you can survive the late game, you're usually fine. Also, they have like a respectable number of 2-drops post-board between like Abrupt, or not Abrupt Decay, Ancient Grudge, Abrades, Rough Tumble if they have those. probably some other stuff. Dismembers, which are not 1 mana. So, probably loses some of its equity here. This hand's a little bit risky, but we have a lot of good cards. If we get Wasteland out of this Crocus, we're in trouble, but I think it's still worth the keep, especially on the draw. Especially with my opponent only getting to 6. We get, like, Mom into Rip into Thalia or something. And then we'll just, like, die in 7 turns to a Delver here. Or we'll play Mom and then get Wastelanded and never draw a land and die. There are a lot of ways we could not do this. Flip on a Stifle. Interesting. Ponder. I'm not even sure I want to slam this Rest in Peace here. Although the Stifle makes my Stoneforge, like, actively much worse. The issue is that the Rip is just, like, taking a turn off to just get pummeled to death by this Insectile Apparition. If we can find a land, please. Do they have the Bolt? No. Ooh, we have the Plow, though. So they could do Slam Rip now. They could have Spell Snare. They probably don't have Daze. I guess they could ponder it into the Daze, but... we could Slam Rip, set up for this Plow and then Insectile Apparition later. And the Rip just makes their other cards worse. This feels kind of like a Spell Snare, though. If they didn't kill this Mom, they're just not doing anything with this 1 mana. Because it could be a Stifle, but... it could just be holding up Stifle here for like a Stoneforge. Just Slam Rip. As long as my opponent doesn't waste me off of white. Then we can set up to Plow the Insectile Apparition and have a large number of their threats offline. Still really want to draw another land. It'd be nice to be able to, like, Plow into Thalia or Stoneforge. No, time to lose. We have like 5 turns to draw the white source. Please let me untap. We're live. We're live, chat. We are in it. We are very much not dead. I don't know why they didn't wasteland me. I'm just gonna... sure, they can fetch here. What is this? 3 mana? Oh yeah, Sulfur Elemental, that makes sense. So this is dead. We can kill the Delver, though. That's much more relevant. Sulfur Elemental is more beatable. I think I'm supposed to wasteland this Wasteland to protect my only white source here. That would explain why they didn't use this Wasteland. Yeah, we need to protect my white source. As much as I want to wasteland them off of a color. If we can get Stoneforge just trades with Sulfur Elemental, even if they stifle the trigger or something. But they probably have removal spells and such. But then we can try to set it for Brightling. We have plans. We're not out of this game. We're only mostly out of this game. Yeah, they just have the days. That's not very good for me. We can try another white source. We have Brightling, which gives us a shot. If they don't have Bolt, which... We can draw removal spells, like another Plow or Path for the Sulfur Elemental buys us like a million turns. Probably the worst draw in my deck. Probably better to port them to actually play this GTA here. So now we're drawing live to almost exactly removal spell. Into something to do with... I know, then we have our hand unlocked. Yeah. Well, if they have nothing, we get to live. Otherwise, it's game 3 time. If their hand is somehow 3 garbage cards and a Stifle, we can trade with Sulfur Elemental, go to 2. Gonna stifle this trigger, please. Dang, they saw the line. They just Bolt, I am literally dead. We're not dead. This opponent's just like continually slow rolling me for this past like turn cycle here. I think I want to wasteland them off of red, or maybe off of green. They proved they didn't have a bolt, or else they had a lethal last turn. But they could have a bolt in the future, versus like any creature, which also kills. I guess not any creature. Most green creatures don't actually kill me here, so wasteland them off of red, play Thalia, I suppose. Oh right, they have a Stifle in their hand. Oh well. Kind of just had forgotten about that. Even though it was staring me in the face. And then immediately get punished by not having, like, Daze mana. We're dead to a lot of stuff, so... Dead to, like, third days. Could play Mom to play her on third days, but... I think this is the only way we win in the long term. Is this Stonewalls the Mongoose, then we get down Battle Scroll and gain life to get out of Bolt range. That Wasteland might have cost me the game, but we'll see. They have like a couple turns to draw this Bolt, and then we were just straight dead to it. Rough. Oh man, Ruff's throwing Mongoose away. And we get to like untap, play Brightling? I think we just need to slam Brightling. I could slam like Mom plus GTA here instead. But I think Brightling just gaining me life immediately. They proved that they don't have a removal spell for multiple turns in a row here. I need to gain life as soon as possible. Please, no bolt. No bolts one time. One time, dealer. One time, dealer, no lightning bolts. Just need to gain 3 life, go to 4. Play Mother of Runes or Jite. Probably Mother of Runes. Is this game 2? Yeah, this is game 2. We won game 1. Now this is the kind of magic. We've had a very tense. This has been a good league. A lot of our matches have just been very, very tight. That Wasteland misstep might have cost me. But unless my opponent has like Bolt here, we're okay. How many matches left? There's one more after this. Yeah, of course, we'll run it back. We're not gonna run back. Thalia or Mom now? Probably Mom. I don't want to lose like a true name here. Although that puts shields down on the Bright. No, the Brightling can become a 2/4 to protect it from a bolt. So Mom helps me record so far. We're 3-0 right now. What is this? Vendilion click? Oh man, we're still dead to bolt. They can click themselves looking for a bolt? I hope so. Yeah, they are. Oh no. Reveals Tarmogoyf, puts it at the bottom, sure. We're still dead to the bolt. Oh no. Don't kill me, opponent. Don't do it. Oh god. I can't watch. Am I dead? Oh no, they're tapping a red mana. They're 4. Oh, wait. Oh no, that's lethal. Nah. If I gained an extra life on the Brightling, I would have been able to live here. But that's like a lot of factors going into play there. Oh, if I'd like also not tap the Crocus, I could like bounce the Vendilion click. Interesting. GG's. Going to game 3. Yeah, we'll just run it back. That's fine. It's definitely not playing with like Vendilion click on my radar or something I care about. I need to develop more on the board by like using the white mana anyway. So I don't think like tapping the Crocus was a misplay. And I don't think not getting the extra life was the misplay either. Because we lose to... And we're not even... My opponent could have just burned me for 2. Yeah, I just came to that conclusion too, Ramen Lover. So I don't think either of my choices there were misplays, although one of them ended up costing me. Tapping the Crocus did end up killing me, but I think I do need to play to the board there. Especially because it easily could have been like, oh, my opponent just like untaps to place Trinity Nemesis there, and I don't have a Mother of Runes in play, and now I die to a Fork Bolt off the top because I can no longer gain life with a Brightling. So played around one card, lost to another. Them's the breaks. Now we're on the play though, so that should be much better as long as we have a decent hand. Going back a ways there, I think my opponent misplayed 2. When they attacked with the Sulfur Elemental and the Goose into my 2/1 Stoneforge, I think they might have only wanted to attack with the Goose and just left the Sulfur Elemental in play. Because I either trade off my 2/1 for their 1/1 and then they get to kill me with the 3/2 again, or I like have to die to this Goose in 3 turns. Alright, this hand's gas. And you're here, Chalice, yes. You'll bring us luck in the Rugdelver match, right? If not, I'm revoking your good luck status because I beat Rugdelver earlier today. Without you here, so... Yeah, you give me good. You won't give me 0-3 luck because it's Legacy. We easily could have 2-1'd that game via like slightly different circumstances of my opponent drawing a little bit worse during that like the modern thing where he just cursed me. Do I even want to cast Stoneforge here? I have enough lands that I can just play around dazes and stuff. Nah, I kind of want to do stuff with my hand. I'm gonna jam. I don't think I really want to play around daze this entire game. Yeah. Am I gonna stifle that trigger? Sure. Deal. I have a second Stoneforge, so... Now I can get Batterskull and I'll have 2 Stoneforges, unless they have like a rough. They can't kill them both. And we're like 1 land away from just casting the Batterskull. Yeah, I mean, the only reason that I would not jam Stoneforge there is that my opponent didn't make a proactive play on turn 1, so I can imagine that me just playing land and passing doesn't really, like, affect the state of the game that much. So I could play around a possible daze and just, like, strand a card in their hand forever. I think I'm just gonna plow this Goyf, play another Stoneforge. Die. Stifle may... I kind of expected Bolt or Stifle. Yeah, playing around days forever. I have Mirror Crusader. Maybe I go for Jite? So there's no way for Batterskull because I have 2 Stoneforges they need to kill. So they need to either rough me or... I don't know. Jite here is better if they like answer both these, but we're so close to just casting this Batterskull. I think it's just fine. Jite is greedy. Yeah, I guess if they just like play a Tarmogoyf, it's kind of garbage. I mean, Batterskull's not that much better against a Tarmogoyf. It's okay against Tarmogoyf right now. Sophie seems like the card I want the least in this matchup, typically. Unless they just like slam True Name here. In which case I'll feel really... Alright, well, maybe Ramen Lover with the Psychic Reads, but we still have Mom to beat up this True Name. And also they can't really attack with this because, like, they have this True Name, but it doesn't, like, beat this Batterskull. It kind of brick walls it a little bit, but now we'll get this Mother of Runes in play. I'm not going to play 2 because I don't want to, like, die horribly to a Rough. Actually, maybe I will. Rough kills their own True Name Nemesis. And I get to put in a Batterskull after? Yeah, we're just going to play double Mom. Die to, like, Forked Bolt. Opponent hasn't played any removal. I'm not sure if I want to play the second Mom. That's definitely an interesting point. My opponent probably only has like 1 Forked Bolt in their deck. We'll run it out. I should probably play around Stifle, though. And get that sick F6 value. One, 2 max, more likely they have double bolt or something. Yeah. And yeah, if they have... Yeah, that's what I was basically what I ended up on, is that they don't have that many Forked Bolts in their deck. And even if they do, like, we're still in a decently favorable position with double Stoneforge plus Batterskull. Yeah. Just gonna jam everything and make my opponent have stuff. What about Sulfur Elemental? Oh yeah, that's a card I could afford to play around here. That's a card that exists and they have cast before, and they probably have like 2+ in the sideboard, but again, yeah, that makes our guys 2/1s, which isn't bad. And like protecting the second Mom from the Sulfur Elemental is not that great because I can't really. Yeah, because I'm not gonna be able to play the second Mom into the Sulfur Elemental for a good while since I have no answers for it right now. Yeah, even if they play Sulfur Elemental, we're still at an awkward standstill here until one of us finds something that can crack the board open. Braid. Alright. It's kind of annoying. Braid into Goose? Sure. They could attack. Don't know if they want to. Play Crusader here. Pretty strong. Also just like draw Sword of Fire and Ice would be sick. Less sick now. I'm gonna be down. No days. Alright, well, we have favorable board position here. They'd have to rough all their creatures. Yeah, rough's horrible for them because I have double activated mom activations now. Ooh, Schadenport. I know Schadenport eats their wasteland, but I think I'm just gonna start pro-bluing this Crusader and getting in. I need to end this game. It is unblockable. I feel like bolt it here. I'm not gonna play with Thalia. And if he came back, I'd be more worried about Sudden Demise than Forked Bolt. Sudden Demise is an interesting possibility. Ooh, do they have the bolt? What is their plan? I braid the mom. Oh, this is kind of scary all of a sudden. This means that I feel like they're setting up for some sort of sweeper. Again, Rough's not... Rough clears like the whole board here. They actually also can't cast Rough without a land. Yeah, I've seen Rug play Sudden Demise sometimes. I've seen it in boards that exist. Latency seems lower or not. Sometimes you just need to like reload the stream or whatever, and the latency goes up or down, whatever. Less of a delay. Opponent needs land Rough, and then we're like back to square one. Oh sure. The plan is Bolt the Crusader. Ooh, that's a nice draw. Oh right, gotta pay 3. The stream the latency goes up. Whatever, you know what I mean. Delay goes down. Alright, we're off to the races. We are off to the races. Opponent having Sulfur Elemental would be very bad here. 2-mana Ponder, sure. Wish we had a... Do we not have a quote feature? I think we might. I don't know. MTG Bot probably comes with a quote feature. They shuffled, alright. That means there's no Sulfur Elemental in my future. The one quote is a clip. I'm pretty sure that clip is like me being extremely quiet, like focusing, trying to end a game. If I recall correctly. Oh, they stopped attacking. Apparently it's horrible. No, I think the quote was literally just the clip that Polyball put in a long time ago. They can't have Stifle. We have Thalia. They have Days. Oh man, they have Days. I gotta do that, opponent. What's up, Palladian? How's it going? I don't know how quotes work on MTG, but opponent has 2 cards left in hand. He'll start getting in. Life's okay. That's good to hear. We're in a very stressful 3 games against Rook Delver here. Opponent is like digging for their lives for a Sulfur Elemental to just end me. And I'm digging for a lot of cards, I guess. Could use, like, I guess a Flicker Wisp more than anything. They're not Brainstorm locked. That's kind of a bummer. Port's not bad. Port does not actually keep them off Sulfur Elemental, but got my first Jace out of 3 today once I closer to playing as the bad guy. Boo. No one likes the bad guy, Chilov. Get out of here. Stick with the good guys. So we draw like Council's Judgment, Sword, Flicker Wisp, Brightling. What is the opponent fetching? They can't cast anything. This is like Gut Shot. Oh, they're just gonna take time to fetch right now, I suppose. It's important to show people the love of miracles. Alright. We're alive for now. Opponent just chaining these cantrips, trying to find some. Chooses to shuffle. Alright, we're still alive. I think I'd enjoy playing Miracles, but if we got into my TNT time. They're not quite dead yet. They're close, but they can still draw like a Sulfur Elemental to put them like in this game pretty heavily. Yeah, jumping with the Goose here makes sense. We're fetching away the Ponder cards. So now we'll put the Volcanic. Don't want to give them double red. Please, no Sulfur Elementals. Would really be a bummer. Please die, opponent. I don't want Delver, sure. That does not keep you alive. I mean, it does keep you alive. You're not dead this turn, but... Ooh, Path. Not super useful, but can kill a Delver, provided my board gets murdered. Punch. Let the Delver trigger happen first. Flip it off of a Brainstorm, so we'll port. Didn't you have rather risky lethal there? Did I, like, path the Aberration attack with or path the Delver attack with everything? That seems, like, kind of ballsy. Especially because they're just brainstorming into basically nothing here. Yeah. I don't think they can have anything at this point. Yeah, that doesn't help them. They're dead to this Thalia. I It super technically could be swinging for lethal, yes. Alright, unless they have an 8 damage burn spell here, we're pretty good. Opponent says, hey man, what's your record? Oh, I think my opponent's 4-0. My opponent wants to, like, split, but I'm going to 4-0, so I'm... I would... Some trade thing would... I'd rather 5-0. Sorry, opponent. If I were, like, 2-1, I'd probably accept, like, concede and, like, split. My opponent's nice about it. Cool. If I were 2-1, I'd probably definitely just let the split happen there, but... We're playing for the final boss now. 4-1. $32 wins. Alright. I've not been paying any attention to chat. Bargaining stiff 4. I guess you are good luck, Chyleth. Proven that we did beat... we beat Rug Delver. And you showed up. In a very, very close game. A lot of close games. Games 1, 2, and 3 were exceptionally tight. Are you playing the EE's, Chyleth? EE's like the hot new tech in Miracles. It's really annoying because everyone keeps EEing my my Aether Vials. Not really that. Yeah, I mean, like it's new relative to like Legacy to the ban. It started happening a lot more prominently after the bannings happened. People are, like, main decking like 2 EEs and sometimes sideboarding a third one. It's like pretty crazy. Just never seen Miracles go that deep into red. I suppose like EE for 1 or 2 can solve a lot of your problems as well. Or even for 0 sometimes. So it's not the worst thing in the world. 2 main, 1 main, 1 side. Yeah, I think most of them I see is like 2-0. I've seen people go up to like 2-1 as the most. But it seems pretty powerful against a lot of like nonsense going around in this meta. Yeah, 2-1 strikes me as overkill too, but I don't know. Some people really want to like not lose certain matchups. What time is it where you are? It is 11:42, Rat Poison. I usually try to end the stream a little bit before midnight, but this league has been stretching on pretty long. So I'm getting pretty tired. And then this last match in the league is just slow rolling the crap out of me. There we go. Alright, come on. Let's play against something good. Good matchup. Why? Why, bot? Stupid window. This is a keepable hand. Not great, but keepable. Planter is arguably wrong. And I don't know. I don't know nearly enough about miracles. Oh no, is this elves? Oh, thank God it's lands. We have a chance. I see basic forests and I start to sweat. The very bad Mangara's place. Get out of here, Chylith. Mangara's great. Shut up. We have recruit for Sanctum Prelate. Oh no, is this like the Ruglands decks that I keep getting engineered explosives? Forest. Basic forest is panic mode. How am I supposed to beat basic forest land war elves? Please don't curse me, Chylith. We need this 5-0. My opponent just like passed with 4 mana. It's even probably not even a little bit worth porting. Rather just play Jite. Revoker does stone nothing as well. These Ruglands decks are really annoying because they have like Academy EE, like an EE or Sanctum Prelate, whatever. Oh no, I've been bogged. Yeah, way more like dirtily, but also super obnoxious. That's a fair assessment. Engineered explosives, as we were just talking about with miracles, is just a really annoying card to try and beat. All right. Try to get Revoker and Prelate down same turn. Like, revoke Molten Rain, or whatever, not Molten Rain. Revoke Molten... So, yeah, Molten Vortex, there we go. Just gonna cast this Recruiter. Goodbye, Recruiter. Sending you to your death. Grab the old Sanctum Prelate. Oh yeah, revoke EE. That makes a lot more sense. Because I was just talking about how they're the EE deck. Ruglands, Junland, 4C Loam, RG lands, another Ruglands. Wow. Time to start main decking Rest in Peace. So I can't just Violin this Revoker, because they just have a bunch of Punishing Fires. But I can, like, Violin Prelate plus cast Revoker. Yeah. But if we can get this GT, like, if we can get Prelate with GT counters on it, we'll be able to, Also, they're pretty far away from Threshold, so... I think Revoker's going on, Explosive, since my opponent has Tropical Island in their deck. Prelate is so money for... Yeah, Prelate is so good versus lands. This hopefully ends the game, unless my opponent just has, like, Stage Depths. No, we have Plow for that. Yeah, we're pretty good. Unless my opponent has Vortex in their deck and casts it here. So cycle Talaria West, oh no. Get like a Walking Ballista, just body me. Like the secret Talaria West tech. I don't know what they're tutoring for, but it's making me nervous. Also, very good thing we got this Revoker. Yeah, Mangara might have a job to do. Mazavith, okay. Means I can't get this GTA online yet. Oh no, never mind. I'm just gonna port this maze just to get the GTA trigger. Is the trop indication they're playing E? Yeah, usually they don't play blue in lands. If they're playing blue, they're probably playing Tolarian or Academy Ruins for EE. Ooh, we also drew Flicker Wisp. Yeah, we're in business. So let's port their Mazavith so we can get a GT trigger to really solidify our Sanctum Prelate being alive. Wisp just GT. Yeah, Wisp or GT gets my Prelate counters, which makes sure that it lives, or hopefully. Could save my port with the Wisp. But not unreasonable, honestly. My opponent has a 1 card left in hand. And the port just beats down this maze every turn. Could also have just, like, Monkar'd their maze away, but whatever. I could Mongar a Wisp for, like, the extra value, but yeah, my opponent's dead. Sweet. Whew. Lands matchup, always a little bit scary. Especially if they're playing Engineered Explosives. So I want Red Sword, Relic Order, Cataclysms, Council's Judgments, Surgicals, Rest in Pieces, Paths. But it never discovered. Yeah, that's traditionally been how Mangara has been in these in most of my matchups. Has been like, oh sweet, this card is really awesome, and I just like never get to play it because I'm doing all these other awesome things. Lands is my nemesis. I really enjoy the Lands matchup. I'm kind of in the minority of D&T players that enjoy the Lands matchup, but it's never felt horrible for me. What else do we cut? GT sucks. Thalias aren't great, especially in the face of Engineered Explosives. Batterskull's not great. I always go down on like 1 plow and then regret it because my opponent just slams a Tireless Striker on turn 3 and I die. Probably just cut like all these Thalias. And like some number of Moms. Brightling's probably also not great. Something like that is probably fine. Maybe cutting a Stoneforge. Now, Stoneforge is relevant to just the plan of put a sword on a Stoneforge. Not sword on a Prelate. But sword on a Prelate's worse against Engineered Explosive. Do they play Depth Stage? Yeah. Almost every Lands deck is going to be Depth Staging you. Yeah, I'll run it like that. I think we can just find a better hand than this. This hand's okay, but especially on the, I mean, like, on the draw, we're not doing anything with this hand. We have, like, we have Prelate, Recruiter, Surgicals, and Rips as, like, some hate. Cataclysm is spicy. Cataclysm has its moments. Sometimes it's, like, really bad against lands, actually, but definitely has its moments to shine. Yeah. I think this hand could just, like, have better cards in it. This hand is like moderately better cards. We have Recruiter for Prelate, we have Remorseful Cleric, and we have more lands. Alright, this hand's much better now that I have the 3rd land. Mox. Yeah, sometimes you just like cast Cataclysm. Like it doesn't matter. They just like have a bunch of lands in their hand from the loam. So if we can Cleric away that Academy Ruins, but they're probably not going to discard it again. Might be able to snipe this life from the loam next turn though. Am I on 23 or 24? I'm on 23 right now. I was trying out 24 for a bit, but wasn't a huge fan. Opponent mills P-Fire and Tracker. So they can actually pick up their P-Fire here. But I can kill the loam. That's probably worth it. Especially because I'm setting up to just like recruit Prelate. When I have Academy Ruins in play, but they need this life from the loam to like mill to their E. So I think Remorseful Cleric just like kill their Punishing Fire is fine, or kill their loam is fine. Or drag it out for an absurd cataclysm. I don't like dragging it out. Like, I mean, I like sniping their loam and then dragging it out, maybe. But I think the Remorse Flare is going to snipe their loam here. Alright, well, they're picking up the Punching Fire now. Which means that I don't get... Yeah, I was going to try if they, like, did something stupid, like let it resolve and try to pick it up in their upkeep, but now I'm going to play around them having a cycle land. Just kill the loam now. Hopefully they don't have a second loam, or else I'm kind of bummed. Depths, sure. Alright, we have Wasteland and Caracas to be depths. Could just, like, Council's Judgment this Mox Diamond, honestly. Set it up like Council's Judgment the Mox Diamond, Wasteland the Grove. I don't hate that. Goodbye, Mox Diamond. Like, if Depths was their play here, we have multiple answers if they're planning to Depths stage me. We have Caracas and Wasteland. Or recruit for Prelate. Yeah, I think I just recruit for Prelate next turn, too, so... It's a bit... Yeah, it's definitely greedy, but I think it's, like, a fine line. You know, what, Wasteland my Caracas? Wasteland your Grove. Get out of here, punk. Although now we don't have an answer to Thespian stage. Or to Merit Lage, so maybe that was dumb. Grab sort of War and Peace, just try to end this as fast as possible. Talaria West, alright. Could just recruit Wisp. That doesn't do it. I'm trying to figure out how to not die to like a Thespian stage here. I guess recruit Wisp actually kind of does do it. Because they can't kill me with the Merit Lage. I'd also just port them this turn, but that seems not great. Get in my 1 point of damage here and just cast the sword. Do they have the stage? Nope, they have Maze though. That's kind of annoying. Alright, we have Plow, so I'm not worried about a Merit Lage anymore. Just gonna equip the sword here and just start tapping it down, I guess. They don't have a lot of like mana to actually do things. Make them have it. Or make them use it, I guess. They already have it. What does the purple treasure chest mean in the top left? Does it? I think it means like you open this whatever icon out of a treasure chest. Tap down your Mazavith. Punch you for like 9 million. Taking off the ice counter. Alright. I like your Moxie, opponent. Ooh, they drew the stage. You gonna go for it right now? I mean, I have this Path Exile, so I don't care. Slow deaths. Chap down that Mazavith you got there. This is some late night stream. Yeah, we're about to finish here, Hammy. These streams usually don't go this late, but this particular league was very grindy. Deal. You have a Merit Age opponent. I actually know how to activate this ability, but we also have the stage, and now it's gone. It's going on a journey. They do get a basic forest here, which I don't think that's worth plowing, but even if they, like, actually get to cast this low, they still just die to this Stoneforge Mystic. They're 3. This thing just kills them. Unless they can have Engineered Explosives, Croson Grip, Play Stage, plus, like, Crop Rotate for the depths, maybe? They have a couple. They're not dead, but they're pretty close. Draw land for the Cataclysm for the Mize. Then I just, like, loses Maze of it. Cataclysm them to keep the Maze, just can never kill them. They can loan back, like, their stuff. Oh no, EE on 2. That keeps them alive. Wasteland. No. Oh yeah, Wasteland does by the time. That Revoker in the Dark Game one was insane. My opponent says the Revoker in the Dark Game one was insane, but they did play the Trop, so it wasn't just necessarily in the Dark. Oh, this recipe is great. Not the reason I run blue, actually. Interesting. Well, actually, I'm definitely not going to play Rest in Peace into this Engineered Explosives one, too, because I'm not an idiot. But there was the 1 Explosives. Opponent's very nice. Looks cool. Cool person. Alright. Let's see if they crack the E or just, like, maze me. Yeah, I can't force them to blow it, because they can just maze it. And I can't, like, port them and then force them to crack it. Tell them you have a viewer with extreme foresight. I mean, like, I figured there was the E there, too. I forgot about it, but the Trop does indicate Engineering Explosive a lot of the time. I'm just going to jam Recruiter here. Everything else in my hand dies this EE. Blues for Intuition plus Chlar. Oh, yeah. That makes sense. It's the Intuition package. You can Intuition for, like, Loam plus Academy Ruins plus EE or whatever to, like, always have it. Do I even grab Sanctum Prelate here? Just grab Wisp. I just want Wisps. Wisp helps me punch through the stupid maze or something. Just gonna grab Wisp. Yeah, the Intuition package exists. They kill my thing. If they have a red land, they can P-fire down my Recruiter. Nope. They can make a second maze, though. They die to land? Good Revoker E. I could just try to go for Lethal here. Don't call yourself a player if you don't kill your opponent with a 1-2. We might kill them with a 1-1. I think we're gonna just go for a Lethal here. Latradel. I'm not gonna be able to pronounce it. I'm sorry, but thank you for the support. I appreciate it. Tap down the maze, kill you, hopefully. We're not even dead to a Merilage here. I get Crop Rotation for Merilage would be kind of annoying because I lose my guy, but we're not dead to it. Croson Grip. Oh no! Put them to 2. We're trying so hard to kill you. Just die. I mean, Academy runs back their EE, which I don't really care about. Drop a funny. I mean, I guess. I can Relic Order that too. Rip plus Cataclysm. I could just, like, rip. I could just Relic Order, this drop. I have so many options here. What's your third Forked Bolt range?